The man accused in the Boulder King Soopers shooting is set to appear in court. He faces 115 separate charges, including 10 counts of first-degree murder. 10 people died in the shooting at the store along Table Mesa Drive back in 2021. And today's hearing has been a long time coming. The suspect was just ruled competent last month. Now prosecutors must show enough evidence to convince the judge that the case should proceed to trial. Our 9 News legal expert Scott Robinson says he expects the defense to use the hearing to begin laying the foundation for an insanity plea, basically saying the suspect was mentally unwell at the time of the shooting. If the jury were to conclude he was insane, he would avoid prison, but could spend the rest of his life in a mental hospital. Today's hearing starts at 9 o'clock.
New this morning, we are learning more about the technology that some police departments use to cut down time when investigating crime scenes and even traffic crashes. 9 News reporter Brianna Fernandez is live outside the Aurora Police Department this morning. And Brianna, explain to us how exactly this technology works.
So it allows for a quicker investigation. So this is called the Faro device, and it allows investigators to report, analyze, and document evidence much quicker at a scene versus what they were doing before, which was measurements by hand. So take a look at your screen because this is what that Faro device looks like. The Faro device uses technology in a laser to scan a 360-degree area, capturing image points that include everything from blood splatter to bullet paths to debris scattered throughout the scene. Now, each scan captures still images and measurements. Now, once the area is scanned into the computer system, investigators can reconstruct details of that scene. For instance, in a crash, it can determine how fast a car was going when it happened. And this allows investigators to clear a scene much quicker with fewer people involved and then more precise data as well.
It's getting accurate measurements. It's just a lot easier than us doing it by hand. There's a little bit more room for error if we use it by hand. This is more accurate, and it's taking way more measurements than we probably even would normally at a scene.
So the Aurora Police Department currently has 3 of these Faro devices, 1 for the crime scene unit, 2 for the traffic unit, and by 2024, the Aurora Police Department plans to add more of these Faro devices to help out investigators.
Saving time for everyone involved. All right, Brianna, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Right now, a hiker is recovering after getting stuck in a snowstorm wearing only a cotton hoodie. The rescue happened last Wednesday night near Cottonwood Lake, southwest of Buena Vista. 25 Chaffee County search and rescue members searched through the snowstorm. 5 hours after the call for help, they spotted footprints in the fresh snow. They came across what they thought was an odd-looking rock and then realized it was actually the missing hiker. They spent 3 hours warming him up before even attempting to move him. Then they lowered him down the mountain with ropes and sent him to the hospital.
This morning, we're learning more about the 5 U.S. service members killed when their helicopter crashed in the Mediterranean Sea over the weekend. The U.S. Army Special Operations Command identified the men as Chief Warrant Officer 3 Stephen Dwyer from Tennessee, Chief Warrant Officer 2 Shane Barnes from California, Staff Sergeant Tanner Groen of New Hampshire, Sergeant Andrew Southard of Arizona, and Sergeant Kate Wolf from Minnesota. The military's European command says that their Black Hawk helicopter went down Saturday during a training mission. The U.S. has built up its presence in the eastern Mediterranean in response to the Israel-Hamas war. The 5 men were part of the Army's 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment based in Fort Campbell, Kentucky. This is the second deadly helicopter crash tied to Fort Campbell this year. In March, 2 Black Hawks collided during a nighttime training flight, killing 9 soldiers.
New this morning, President Joe Biden says the main hospital in Gaza must be protected. Israel has launched several airstrikes near the hospital. They claim Hamas is operating a command center under the hospital. Both doctors and Hamas say that is not true. In total, staff are working to bury 150 bodies, including several newborn babies. It's also been without power for days, putting dozens of patients at risk. The World Health Organization says at this point, the hospital is merely a cemetery.
Right now, leaders in Washington, D.C. are preparing for a rally in support of Israel on the National Mall today. Around 1 p.m., tens of thousands of people are expected to gather in front of the U.S. Capitol for the March for Israel. The event is organized by the Jewish Federations of North America. They say it's about Americans coming together in solidarity with the people of Israel, condemning anti-Semitic violence and demanding the release of hostages.
Just 3 days to go until the government runs out of money and is forced to shut down. Today, the House could vote on Republican Speaker Mike Johnson's two-step funding plan. His plan is to fund some parts of the government through mid-January and then the rest through early February. A handful of Republicans will likely vote against it, so Johnson will need help from across the aisle. House Democrats have said they're open to it. If it does pass the House, the bill would still need approval in the Senate.
The U.S. Supreme Court has a brand new set of ethical standards. The court announced what it calls a code of conduct after some allegations of justices making questionable ethical decisions. According to the announcement, there wasn't a published code before, which led to a misunderstanding about the standard that justices are held to. It says most of these rules are not actually new. The code requires justices to uphold the integrity and independence of the judiciary and avoid impropriety and the appearance of impropriety in all activities.
And one thing you want to know about the weather is maybe a detailed look at your weekend forecast. Not bad on Saturday, 62 degrees, still above the normal high of 54 for this time of year. Partly cloudy skies, then a little bit cooler with a chance for some scattered showers on Sunday, high 56.